Okay, this is a bit of a video home library. Look, I share my home updates with everybody just because as a real estate agent, it's important for you folks and the public to understand what it might be like when you move out here to Arizona. So I moved out here several years ago from San Diego, and from California, contracting was far easier. You know, people actually showed up for appointments. They said what they were going to do. And most of the time they did more and more than what they said they were going to do. Out here, since we moved out here, we haven't had that kind of experience. We've had, well, I don't need to go into that, but let me share what the positives are. We're going to get the house painted, okay? So rather than fight with HOA for trying to, having to, or not being pleasantly surprised with the color palettes. There's 7 to choose from in my community, 2 of which were out of date when they were selected, 5 others that are pretty blah, and that's coming from my opinion with 38 years in design and specifying this stuff in communities. Nothing very inspiring or uplifting about the options, but I'm not gonna have that fight. We got a good painter. Okay, it took a while. It took a while for him to get out here. We are going to have some work done on the house that I've been trying to get done since 2020, September 2020. Contractors saying, yeah, I'll meet you there. And then I get out here and it's an hour drive from where I was living before to get to the house at 6 a.m. And guess what? They're not here and they don't come. Same thing. I'm still dealing with that. The garden guy, you know, did the first part okay, left a few things off. I was so excited because he actually did most of what I asked him to do. Still has things to do. He got paid. Guess what? No comeback, no calls. So I guess the rest of the work is going to have to be paid again to get done. And then the rest of the work that I'm going to have done, I might just have to do it. I'm going to have to pull out my old contractor and landscaping skills. But in the meantime, here's kind of a preview of the house. So that's some of the undone, unfinished work by the other contractor, but going to paint the house. Here's some issues. Haven't been able to get handymen out to come out and fix these beams. You know, they don't want to. There's gaps in the door. Got to get that fixed. Handyman doesn't want to do it. But all this paint's going to get redone. But the big purpose for this video today is I wanted to share with you, if you're buying on a 0 lot line in a community where your house and your eave is essentially the lot line between your property and the neighboring property, accessibility becomes an issue. And the biggest issue has to do with when you need to have work done along the side of the house that goes against the property line. They're not responsible for what happens to my house unless they do things like the previous occupant did, where he piled dirt up about 1.5 feet above the sill line, which caused rot of the sill line. It caused rot of the footing on the wall. It caused a lot of problems, which we got taken care of. But now we're painting, and all the stucco work that the guy that used to live next door did, he did himself. And when he was doing it, I think when he was pulling the chicken wire to get the stucco off, loosened up all the chicken wire. So all the stucco, about 6 feet high, all the way down to the ground, is coming off. So before I can paint, I have to rip all that out. That's going to get done by the guy who came out with a painter. That's going to be about $3,000 on top of the painting. So, oh my God, this is fast becoming expensive. But just be prepared. That's how things work in contracting. And out here in Arizona, if you find somebody who's actually going to show up and do the job, it's worth whatever you're going to pay him. And I'm going to keep you informed about my painter. He's been phenomenal with communication, phenomenal with professionalism. I'm expecting a great outcome. So once this is done, if the job's done great, you're going to find out who it was, and I'm going to make sure that you know how to contact him. Okay, that's long. I intended to do this for a few seconds, but if you can take anything away from it, great. If not, give me a call. I'll tell you some more and get you in contact with the painter that I believe is going to do a great job. Thanks, you guys. Take care.